We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know it's in, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Oh, we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I realized that my children had known nothing but war. President Charles Taylor was teaching our boys to fight and feeding this culture where we no longer saw each other as human. Sometimes that is how it felt. And I was afraid. And I knew that I had to do something. Perhaps you have felt that way sometime, where you knew that you had to do something, but you did not know what to do. And so I decided to gather the women together to pray. We started in church, and then the word spread. And Muslim sisters began to join us. And there were those who said, you can't have the Christian women and Muslim women praying together. And I said, the bullet does not recognize who is Christian and who is Muslim. We will come together and we will pray. And that is what we did. And more women came. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. We prayed, and then we began to strategize, to think about what power we had to make a difference. And so we treasure our beauty. We love to dress, we love beautiful things, but we were going to a different kind of war. So we dressed ourselves in white t-shirts. And we decided to come together along the route that the president had to travel every day. In a field, we gathered. And there were those who said, you all need to be going to work. You all need to be seeing about your families. But we came. And in those fields, we told each other the stories of what we had been through. And when we heard each other's stories, we began to feel stronger. More and more women were coming. But still, we were not making the change that we knew needed to come. And so we decided on a different plan. We would go on strike. We would have a sex strike. And indeed, suddenly, the men started to listen to our cries for peace. We were invited to make a speech in front of the cabinet. I was given the opportunity to make a statement at the president's house. And I said, the women of Liberia are tired, and we are taking a stand. We will not be silenced, and we will not stop until there is peace. And after our statements, the president, at long last, agreed to enter peace talks. And so we gathered around the place where all of the male leaders were going to have these peace talks. And they were dressing up in fine suits and going in and out day after day. And it became week after week. And suddenly it seemed to us that they liked dressing up and coming to talk, but nothing was happening. And so we decided that we had to take a stand. And so we gathered ourselves around the building and we locked arms. And we said, no one is leaving this building until an agreement for peace is signed. Well, one of the men stepped forward and said, who is the leader? Who is in charge of this? You all need to get out of the way. And I said, I am General Lema, and I am not moving until an agreement is signed. And the leaders promised that within 2 weeks there would be an agreement. And there was. While we were standing around that place praying, we were getting calls from home. We were getting calls about the hundreds and thousands of bodies that were being thrown into graves. And we knew that this was work that had to continue. And so we listened and we prayed and we did not give up until that agreement was signed. And when we came back into our villages to greet our families, the people were singing, we want peace. No more war. That became our anthem. We want peace. No more war. We want peace. No more war. I didn't know how the change would come, but I believed, and it did come.